When determining and certifying your eligibility for U.S. citizenship, USCIS officers carefully consider your responses to their queries, from how you greet them to when you take the oath of allegiance. Today we will be talking about citizenship and naturalization questions in the interview. Before we begin, please like and subscribe to our channel. The questions USCIS might ask you during your naturalization interview are illustrated here. USCIS may not ask all of the above questions and may ask questions not listed below. You should study your citizenship application prior to your interview. You'll be asked many questions that are similar to those on your application. When you greet the USCIS officer: how are you today? How do you feel? When you're being placed under oath: do you promise to tell the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Do you understand the meaning of an oath? Your basic personal information: what is your name? Have you ever used any other names? Do you plan on changing your legal name? What is your date of birth? Where were you born? Are you Hispanic or Latino? What is your race or ethnicity? Your physical attributes: what color are your eyes? What color is your hair? How tall are you? Your family history: what is your mother's full name? What is your mother's maiden name? What is your father's full name? Are one or both of your parents U.S. citizens? If so, since when? Were your parents married before your 18th birthday? How many children do you have? What are your children's names? When are your children's birthdays? Where do your children currently reside? Are your children your biological children, stepchildren, or adopted children? Your relationship history: are you single, married, divorced, or widowed? What is your current spouse's name? When and where did you get married? Is your spouse a citizen of the United States? What is your spouse's nationality? Where does your spouse hold citizenship? What is your spouse's date of birth? Has your spouse served in the military? What is your spouse's occupation? Where does your spouse work? Have you had any previous marriages? If so, when did these end? Has your spouse had any previous marriages? If so, when did these end? Your military background: have you ever served in the U.S. military? Have you ever left the United States to avoid a military draft? Have you ever deserted the U.S. military? Have you lived in the United States or received your green card any time between the ages of 18 and 26? If so, and you are male, did you register with the Selective Service? If yes, when did you register? If not, why didn't you register? Your immigration status: which country or countries are you a citizen of? When did USCIS approve your green card? How long have you been a U.S. permanent resident? Your travel abroad: since becoming a green card holder, how many times have you left the United States? Did any of your trips abroad last 6 months or longer? Why did you need to travel abroad? When did you last travel abroad? Which countries have you visited during your travels? On what day did you return to the United States? Your residential history: where do you reside? How long have you lived there? Have you resided anywhere else in the last 5 or 3 years? When did you live elsewhere? Your employment and education history: where do you work? What is your job? Where else have you worked in the past 5 or 3 years? When did you work there? Where did you last attend school? What is the name of your school? When did you attend that school? Your income tax obligations: Since becoming a green card holder, have you filed all necessary income tax returns? Since becoming a green card holder, have you ever claimed to be a non-resident on a federal, state, or local income tax return? Do you owe any taxes to the federal government or your state or local government? Your personal ethics. Have you ever falsely claimed to be a U.S. citizen? Have you ever registered to vote or voted in a federal, state, or local election in the United States? Have you ever discriminated against or denied another person's rights because of their nationality, race, religious beliefs, membership in particular social groups, or political opinions? Do you support the American government? Do you support the U.S. Constitution and its amendments? Do you promise to obey the laws of the United States? Do you understand and are willing to take an oath of allegiance to the United States? Would you be willing to defend the United States in a war if necessary? If necessary, would you be willing to perform non-combatant, civilian services in the U.S. military or work of national importance? Your affiliations. Have you ever been a member of nobility in any other country? If so, are you willing to give up these titles when swearing allegiance to the United States? Have you ever been associated with or a member of any organization, association, fund, foundation, party, club, or similar group anywhere in the world? If so, please state the name of the group, its purpose, and why you got involved. Have you ever been associated with the Communist Party, the Nazi Party, or a terrorist organization? Your legal history. You may receive questions on whether you have any previous arrests, citations, charges, convictions, or incarceration records. You may also receive questions on involvement in police, rebel, or vigilante groups. Additionally, the immigration officer may ask whether you have any immigration violations. Do you understand why we are interviewing you? Why do you wish to become a U.S. citizen? Has a legal official ever declared you incompetent or confined you to a mental institution? You may also receive questions that you studied for the U.S. Citizenship test or Naturalization test. The U.S. Citizenship test includes civics test questions like, who was the first president of the United States, and a basic English test, with both a reading test and a writing test. You can find sample questions and answers to the Citizenship test in our Learning Center. Conclusion. Applying for U.S. citizenship can be complicated, but working with the good immigration attorney can make it easier. If you can't afford the attorney fees and don't want to handle your citizenship case alone. That's a wrap for today's video. What are your thoughts on our list? Let us know in the comments section below. And make sure to like and subscribe to our channel for more future updates.